Hi, I'm here with Lily Rogers this afternoon. I met Lily, I think it's almost a year ago, actually, or maybe it was Christmas time at Rebecca Drexler's house. So thank you, Rebecca, for introducing us. And Lily was great. She introduced me to Beauty Counter, which is a line of cosmetics that is so different from anything I've ever experienced. And Lily, tell us a little bit about yourself and why Beauty Counter is different.
Okay. Well, a little bit about myself. I actually have a full-time job as an oncology dietitian. So I've been in the healthcare field for over 15 years. And so when Beauty Counter came about to me, it just really kind of resonated with me with sharing health information with others. But it was just a little bit more of a fun twist than my job, which can be a little bit sad at times. It just was something that I think that I was needing in my life at that time, which it's been about 4.5 years since I joined Beauty Counter. And the reason that actually I started using the products was that I finally found a sunscreen that didn't cause my son to break out in hives. I'd been searching for years and everything, even like, the nice expensive ones from Whole Foods, and he would still get hives afterwards. So my friend lent me her sunscreen and I tried it and I was hooked, and I thought, okay, well, I'm going to join at least just to get a discount for the sunscreen that works. And then I started trying other products and learned about the company and what they were doing. And it's just become like a really important part of my life, and, expanding my community and just helping other people find safer solutions for themselves.
Yes, I remember that was, I think it was December, so it was before COVID, and we were all grouped together at Rebecca's, and you asked us 3 questions, and I remember not knowing the answer to any of them, but it had to do with the number of, poisonous ingredients that are in products, and also when was the last time that the government put out some kind of law regulating the cosmetics industry. And I thought, what? And I realized I didn't know anything about this. So what is the Never List? And are all the beauty products and beauty brands not the same? What's different about Beauty Counter?
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of things that make Beauty Counter different from other companies. And you mentioned the Never List, so I'll go over that. And what the Never List is over 1,800 ingredients that Beauty Counter has promised to never use in formulation of their products. And these are ingredients that are either known or suspected to cause human health issues like cancer, hormone disruption, and harming the immune system. So I think a few ways that we're different from other companies. One is that we're a certified B Corp, which is a really difficult designation to achieve. There's a triple bottom line, so it's not just about profit, the companies that achieve the certification. So you have to show that you're making a difference with people and planet.
Mm-hmm.
Some other well-known E Corps are New Leaf, Patagonia, Athleta, Seventh Generation. That's a big deal to have that designation. There aren't a lot of personal care product companies that have that designation. Another thing that Beauty Counter is huge on is transparency, and then also testing, like ingredient screening. So I think we have probably the most strict ingredient screening process in the business. And for instance, like our color cosmetics, they're all tested 3 times. Each batch is tested 3 times before it's sold. So that's testing for all kinds of things, including heavy metals. So a lot of companies are not doing anything like that.
They're not doing that. So no. The FDA, for example, do they not regulate the cosmetic industry?
There's very little regulation. It's pretty much the Wild West when it comes to the beauty industry. So There are only 30 ingredients in this country that are banned from use in products. And like I said, with the Never list, it's over 1,800 ingredients. So that's a big discrepancy there. In Canada, it's about 600, and Europe, it's around 1,400 ingredients.
So your standards are even higher than what they are in Europe then?
That's right. So it's what's really interesting, and it's very sad actually, is that there are companies that sell in both Europe and the United States, and the formulas are different because they can get away with the cheaper, more harmful ingredients in the United States.
Yeah, I think about myself, but especially I think about my daughter and, what products I'm kind of introducing in the home that she will be using. And I feel a great responsibility for us, and I guess everyone else I know, that, we should all be using products that are not harmful. That sounds crazy that we're, without knowing, perhaps harming our skin and basically our bodies. So are there certain products that are more apt to having, these harmful ingredients in them?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot. So the main thing that I usually tell people to look out for is fragrance, because that's kind of an easy one for people to find on an ingredient label, and not something that's, hard to pronounce, or something that you won't really remember when you're at the store or reading your products at home. But the reason why we want to avoid fragrance is because it's so they're trade secrets, which means that companies don't have to disclose what makes up their specific fragrance. And usually those the fragrances can be made up of at least 200 potentially toxic ingredients. And usually they contain things like phthalates and synthetic musks, but the phthalates are what make the fragrance stick. So if there's ever anything that, you're still smelling your shampoo at the end of the day, or your laundry soap, or, things like that, that they definitely have phthalates in them. That's what making the fragrance hang around longer. And those ingredients are known hormone disruptors. So that's why I usually say, like, if you can do one thing, stay away from things with fragrance. So that can also hide under the word perfume or parfum. And I even avoid things that say natural fragrance, because if they're not telling me exactly what's making up their scent, I don't want it on my body or in my house. So I stay away from it.
So I was on Beautycounter's website, and I read about, it sounds like a very kind of forward-thinking and active company, that not only sells a product, but also is involved in improving, I guess, a lot of things. So I read about this Toxic-Free Cosmetics Act of 2020. What is that?
So it's an act that was presented in California. So this is not nationwide yet, but it will eventually actually prohibit the sale of cosmetics that contain any one of 12 highly toxic chemicals. So these are chemicals that have already been banned in the European Union. They're already on our Never list. So it's not going to affect what we sell, but it will help what's sold in California. And usually the way things go is when things are passed in California, it kind of carries over into the rest of the country, but we're not quite there yet. So hopefully things will get moving with that, soon. But yes, there was a lot of progress made with that this year, which is surprising considering where we are with everything. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Okay, so I read about something else, which is the Skin Deep database. What is that?
So the Skin Deep database is something that is put together by a company called Environmental Working Group. They're the people that do the Dirty Dozen, the Clean 15 of organic produce. So that comes out every year, and it tells you, which fruits and vegetables are safe to eat conventional, or which ones you should be buying organic for the amount of pesticides. So those are the people that do that. But they've also created this database where you can search your products or individual ingredients, because it is a nonprofit. It's not perfect. You can't, like, not everything's in there yet, but you can search your products, or when you're in the store, you can scan products and see where things rate on a safety scale.
Oh, great.
So, yeah, so from safe all the way to, very harmful. So I usually tell people, if they're looking at stuff that's in their medicine cabinet or, in their makeup bag, if it's past like a yellow, definitely you want to start swapping it out. So anything that's in the red category, definitely you want to swap. And some things, they may rate a little bit higher there, but I think that the safety is also based on the amount that's used.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
I think that's something to take into consideration as well. But it's definitely a great starting place for people.
So I have to tell you, I've used a few products and I've loved every single one so far. I started with, I think it was a sunscreen, and just, you're right. I'm somewhat sensitive. My daughter's very sensitive, and my husband actually as well. And no one had a problem with that. They get skin conditions from most other products, and they were fine with that. And it was very, they said that it wasn't white, like some sunscreens leave you very looking white, and they appreciated that, I guess.
Yeah.
I tried some of the cosmetics and I thought they were great. What, I guess, where can we find these products? I know I'm buying them through you. So is this just is it a brand that we can go shop for at, Whole Foods, New Leaf, or no?
Not there, but there are multiple ways to purchase the product. So people can shop directly through the website. They can shop through a consultant, which is, like shopping through me. And I think that one of the benefits to that is that you have kind of this concierge service, someone who can help you with choosing the right products for your skin. And just provides you a lot more information than maybe you would get just looking online. But customers do have the option of shopping without a consultant. And there are a few other ways. We do have a couple of stores across the country. There's one in Denver, there's one in New York. We have one in the Hamptons during the summer. There's one supposed to open in Los Angeles, hopefully soon. It was supposed to be this year, but I think it'll probably be next year. And then right now there's actually a partnership with Sephora that goes, I think, through the end of the month. So it's just a limited time partnership. And Sephora actually came to Beautycounter because they wanted to expand their clean beauty section. And so it's kind of a big honor for like one of the biggest brands in beauty to come to Beautycounter and say, we want you here. So that was pretty cool. So if someone wanted to go to, directly to a store that's not in Denver or New York, then Sephora would be the way to go.
Well, yeah, so I'd love to set up a pop-up like you did at Rebecca's house whenever it's feasible again. So let's chat about that, because
yeah, so they're actually, we can even do them on Zoom and on Facebook now, which is pretty fun. So no one even has to leave their house. It's just you don't get to see stuff in person, but that's definitely a way that people are, getting to hear more about the company, and also the host can earn 50% off and free items, which is always fun.
Definitely, yeah. And you've been wonderful helping me and kind of directing me to certain products, since when I started I wasn't familiar, so I truly appreciated having your help. So I would definitely recommend everyone sort of reach out to you. I'll include your information in my email so everyone can contact you directly. So thanks so much for your time today, Lily. I really appreciate it, and all the best to you.
Okay, thanks so much for having me.
Take care. Bye.